Hey everyone, welcome back to another show. If you're trying to have an amazing week this week, we're about to go over 5 tips to help you do just that. In the first one, we're going to be talking about planning your week ahead. Then we're going to be talking about getting a good night's sleep. Then we're going to be talking about exercise and how we implement it. How often do I exercise? How often do you want to exercise? Eating a healthy breakfast. Do you need breakfast? Is fasting better? Is it better to just eat, get those proteins and fats in immediately? And lastly, we're going to make sure to set some achievable goals. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoy the video. You become better for not only you, but the people you love and care about most. You got to be a little uncomfortable and take that leap of faith. You're in control of the process. I'm here with you. If we don't continue to grow, if we don't continue to move on, we will be sad and upset. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk to Tara Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur that you can be, not only for yourself, but for the people you love and care about most. It is Monday morning. I don't know if it's because I slept a little too much, but I'm feeling a little tired this morning. So I thought it'd be a great idea, because I know I'm not the only person who feels a little tired on a Monday, that we would just go over 5 tips to make sure that we have a tremendous, amazing week. Number 1, plan your week ahead. Number 1, planning your week ahead. These are 5 tips to help you have a better week this week. We're going to just roll right through them. Plan your week ahead. Start your week by taking some time. I'm looking over here at some of my notes. Plan your week ahead. Start your week by taking some time to plan and organize your schedule for the week. What kind of calendar do you use? Google Calendar is pretty great. Well, I think Google Calendar is the best. That's the one I use just because all of my other stuff syncs up with it. I like Google Calendar a lot. I like Google's email a lot. But that's what I use, is Google Calendar. You can also use iCalendar. So iCal, if you're under Apple products. I know Outlook. I don't use many Microsoft products, but I know Outlook has a nice calendars feature and system. If you can use any of these and be comfortable with it, good. But just planning your week ahead in one of these things can be very powerful and very, very helpful. Tip number 1, plan your week ahead. Have some goals out, have an idea of what you're going to be doing day to day, and just being more intentional can really help with getting things done more consistently. Tip number 2, we were talking about how I'm a little tired. Did I sleep too much? Very possible. I was working on some work, and then we went on a really nice long walk, my girlfriend and I. And then I got back and I took a nap longer than I wanted to. And then I go to bed. I mean, we go to bed at like 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock now. And then I slept in till about 6 o'clock. So I got a crap load of sleep. Maybe I needed it. Sometimes our body does an incredible job of telling us you need to rest. You need to rest. You need to relax, get some sleep. But sometimes I feel like I sleep a little too much. So like everything, you got to find the middle way, the Eightfold Path, as the Buddha would say. Something in the middle is usually good. So I'm a little tired from the sleep, but I'd rather get a little too much than not nearly enough. That is me personally. But maybe that's one thing that we're planning for this week, is we're just thinking, okay, what time should I go to bed? What makes sense? What time do I really want to get up in the morning? And in reading in this one book about sleep, Matthew Walker, shout out to the Sleep OG, he talks a lot about how getting up in the morning is not nearly as much about what time you wake up versus what time you go to bed. So if you do want to get up earlier, and this is something I and millions of people struggle with all the time, is getting up a little earlier to be more productive or have a little more time to plan our week. Well, it's a lot more about going to bed on time. And also, don't berate ourselves if we don't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was doing that for a long time, and it didn't really make me any more productive versus if you do the work, you do the work. So if you do the work at 8, 9, 10 p.m. and you're crushing a little bit before bed, or you're just getting everything situated for the week, you're planning your You're doing your to-do list. You're writing out what you want to get done. You're very intentional about it. Don't worry about what time it gets done. But if it's not getting done and you work really well early in the morning, then that's probably a good idea. Going with the flow of what works best for us is usually always the best remedy. And number 3, exercise or do some physical activity. I have been doing 3 heavy lifts, like lifting weights at our gym that's down the road 3 times a week. And I have found a lot of peace and a lot of bliss with this balance. I think I'm getting closer to my strength goals while my body is feeling better than ever. Of course, I could probably get a lot more jacked if I worked out heavy 6 days a week, but I'm trying to work out until I'm like 80. So I've really come to peace with, okay, I don't need to lift nonstop 24/7 to reach my goals. And I understand how much that is about diet. We'll get to that in the next point. But exercising, being intentional about what it is you want is my point. I'm very intentional. Okay, this is my goal. This is how I want to feel. I'm a lot more about how I feel nowadays versus how I look. So just ask yourself, how do you want to feel? How do you want to look? And try and make a match between the two and find some peace along the way. Number 4, eat a healthy breakfast. So I personally don't really eat breakfast unless it is a day that I am lifting weights. Unless it is a day I'm lifting weights, I personally don't eat breakfast. Everyone is different on this. However, some people, I guess what I'm saying is trial and error for yourself is always key on diet. Last but not least, last point for the week is setting achievable goals. And emphasis on the word achievable, right? So right over here, I like to write this out in a notebook. My goals for the week, I got about 7 of them on here. There's 7 days in a week. I got 7 of them on here. I like to do this every Sunday. I already did one of them, so feeling good. Got some momentum going. So writing out your goals for the week. And remember, if there's one major thing that we'd really like to make improvements on, we'd really like to make change, focus on that, and then the rest is the gravy train. The rest is good. If we're doing one really good thing this week and we're becoming a better entrepreneur, we're becoming a better person, and we're helping other people in one area in a week of our entire lives, let's give ourselves a round of applause. Let's not berate ourselves, because what I used to do all the time, and I guarantee, I know you can relate as well, is we would list these out. We'd list out all of our goals, and we wouldn't get all of them done, and then we berate ourselves because we didn't get all of them done. You got to be careful. We got to focus on the progress, the things that are going well this morning. So setting achievable goals. Setting achievable goals like, okay, this is what I want to do this week. Let's be intentional about this. Picking a day, a time, and a place is very, very helpful when it comes to goals. We talk about this in coaching all the time. It's like, what do you want to do? I want to read more. Okay, when are you going to read? I'm going to read on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons. Where are you going to read? I'm going to read in my spare bedroom upstairs. What time are you going to read? I'm going to read at 4 o'clock, right when I get off work. Bam! You are 1,000% more likely to get these goals done when we have a time, we have a place, and we have, so what we would be putting under time, area, and place. Thanks for checking out our content. If you want to learn more about investing in yourselves and working with me and our company personally, we offer a 6-week total life mastery bootcamp where we go over the most important topics to make sure that our life has the foundation we need to catapult us forward to take the right and proper actions to become happier and more productive, guaranteed, or our money back.